Capricorn. This is your general reading for September 2020. It's a general reading for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and or Rising. So if you feel like this reading isn't for you, Capricorn, and you have the time, I encourage you to check out your Moon and or Rising sign videos because sometimes your messages will be coming from there. So Capricorn, let's just go ahead and get started right away. Your first card is the Four of Wands. This is how you're feeling in the month of September. You're feeling pretty good. You're feeling pretty balanced. You might have felt a little unbalanced or out of whack for a while now. And you feel more stable and balanced coming into September for some reason. The Four of Wands is also about stability with a romantic partner. It a lot of times could be marriage or a wedding, but not necessarily. So for some of you that could be the case where you're feeling really stable in a relationship. Maybe maybe you're getting engaged or a wedding is coming up or whatever the case. It could be that for some of you Capricorns where you're starting to feel really stable in yourself because of a romantic partnership getting taken to the next level. And it's not necessarily an engagement or a marriage or a wedding. It could be for some of you, but not necessarily so. But if it's not with a person, it's just how you're feeling internally. Fours are all about stability. Think about the four legs on a table or a chair. So you might have felt like you were missing a leg or two before, and you feel more stable standing on the ground now. Like you have the stability needed and the structure needed to stand tall, and yeah, just feeling more balanced. The Four of Wands is also about, in terms of relationship, kind of the honeymoon phase is over and you're settling down with someone. The passion might not be there so much. It's funny because the wands are fire energy in tarot cards, and a lot of wand cards have some kind of like fire or intense energy depicted, but below on this Four of Wands cards there's little tiny flames at the bottom, little candles. So it's kind of saying that if you were really impassioned or really worked up about something for a while, it's kind of evened out and tempered out. You're coming into a more relaxed, stable energy and feeling where you don't feel so energetic and passionate about something as more. And it's not necessarily a good or bad thing. It's going to be different for each of you Capricorns, but it's just about, and this Four of Wands is a positive energy, so it's just about feeling more even and balanced in yourself and not so much ups and downs of maybe passion, whether that's romantic passion or anger or getting really, really excited about something and then coming down. So yeah, you're feeling more balanced in the month of September, more even. So the second card you have is what you want in the month of September. You have the Lovers reversed. This can mean a couple different things. The first thing is you could be in separation or out of communication with a romantic interest, and you really have it on your mind now that you want to come together and talk again. It could be that you are having some not very nice thoughts about love or partnership. You could be a little burnt out in that area. You could be feeling that you need a little bit of a break, that you need separation from someone. Lovers reverse could also be you feel like there is a decision or choice before you, and with it being reversed, you're having trouble making it. It's like you're asking yourself, oh, I don't think I know what I really want actually. That can come up with the Lovers reversed, of where you're being forced to look at a situation. Maybe options are being presented to you, or you need to make a decision one way or another, and you're like, oh, I guess I don't know what I really want. I thought I did, but maybe I don't know. So that issue of choice comes up here with the Lovers reversed, and maybe you needing to face that you're not quite sure you know what you want actually, and maybe you're facing that for the first time in a while, Capricorn. It's a major card, so it's showing that this is a pretty deep energy that could have long-term impacts for you feeling this way in the month of September. So the third card you have is a Nine of Wands reversed. This is challenges you may encounter in the month of September. The Nine of Wands is all about, having been through a lot, standing your ground, feeling a little jaded and beat up by people in the world, And in the reverse, it kind of suggests that there's more complexity, more issues, more people coming at you. It's like, because in the upright, it's kind of like a ceasefire situation where things have calmed down and you're standing there lying in wait. But in this reversal, it's kind of saying that it's getting started up again. Things are coming back. So maybe things that had you in a defensive energy or in a struggle with a person of going back and forth. This Nine of Wands reverse is suggesting that the challenge in September may be these old energies or this old conflict or a person coming back around, and you are caught off guard this time, because Nine of Wands upright is you're not caught off guard. You're expecting it. You're ready to deal with it. So you might have forgotten about something for a while, and then now it pops up. With the Lover's reverse energy, going back to that for a second, if you're out of communication with a person, romantic or otherwise, and it's on your mind, if that's part of what the Lover's reverse means for you in this reading, if you are wanting to come into contact with them again, it could be that they pop up out of nowhere, and then you're caught off guard and you weren't expecting it, and you're like, oh, and it might not go exactly as you want it to go because you're caught off guard, Capricorn. You might not have the right words. You might not have felt prepared energetically. Wands are all about energy. So just keep that in mind, that it does suggest like something popping up and you weren't expecting it, where you might have been preoccupied with it energetically in the recent past for a while, but it started to go away and now it's back. If it's not that, Nine of Wands reverse is just saying that there still remains complexity and involvement and some kind of issue that you're dealing with. It could be related to this Lover's reverse, where again, you could be out of communication with someone, or you could be being faced with a decision or choice where you realize that you don't know how to make that decision or choice. So Capricorn, the fourth card you have is opportunities that you may encounter in the month of September. It's the Hierophant reversed. So this is interesting. So an opportunity with the Hierophant reversed, I'm feeling like there is going to be an opportunity for you to challenge a long-held value or worldview. Okay, so there might have been something, you might have had an eye-opening experience recently. It's going to be different for all of you. Maybe it could be a spiritual thing. Hierophant is about like spiritual authority. It could be a tradition. It could be a worldview. It could be some kind of family arrangement where there's an opportunity for you to kind of turn it on its head, and you're like, oh, I don't know if I believe in that anymore. I don't know if that still serves me. I don't know if I want to be stuck in this tradition for tradition's sake. I don't know if, I want to do all the things my family wants to do just because it's what the family unit wants to do. I don't know if the religion or something I was raised in is for me. Okay? Also, because you got the Four of Wands, and Four of Wands could mean about marriage or partnership or a wedding, this Hierophant reverse might suggest that you might be second guessing, like, oh, do I want to get married? Do I want to go into commitment with this person? It could be something like that, okay? Also, if the Four of Wands for you meant you're feeling really balanced and more evened out, maybe with this Hierophant reverse, you're like, I don't want to be so balanced and boring. I want to be a little more out there. So the Hierophant reverse could also mean like being eccentric but for no reason. So keep that in mind. What I mean by that is it could be wanting to go in a different direction away from the norm but for not a good enough reason. So I'm not saying that that's what you're going through, Capricorn, but that's a possibility with the Hierophant in the reversal, is that you want to go away from the norm, but simply for the sake of being different and not really having a real reason that has to do with who you really are and what you really want. So just keep that in mind, because you have the Lover's reverse that suggests there's a little bit of conflict inside of you of what you really want right now in the month of September. But yeah, with this Hierophant reversed overall, I feel like there is going to be an opportunity for you to kind of challenge some notion that you've probably lived with for a while, or some kind of institution or tradition or way of doing things, okay? So the fifth card you have is your advice for the month of September. You have the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is all about flipping yourself upside down so that you can see things from a different point of view, seeing things for how they really are. Your advice is to shift your viewpoint so that you can see what it is that you really want, what's really going on in a situation. With this Hierophant reversed energy, what is it that you're trying to change or let go of? You're being asked to look at things from a different perspective than a way that maybe you've held for a while, okay? If it's a spiritual tradition, if it's some kind of family arrangement, if it's a relationship, if it's the normal trajectory of how a relationship is supposed to go as far as the world is concerned, like this, what is traditional out in the world, you're being asked to look at it differently, and whatever you're inclining toward, the advice is to maybe think again. And I'm not saying, Capricorn, that it's saying that you're wrong. It's just that there's a little bit of figuring it out still. With the Lovers reverse, with the Hierophant reverse, there's this energy of not knowing fully yet what you want to do and how you want to proceed. So the advice here is with this Hanged Man is to pause. Because Hanged Man is also about being suspended in air, taking a pause before you continue on. So this is like the stop sign in the tarot deck of, wait a second, go upside down and look at this from a different perspective before you proceed, is what the advice is with the Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man is also about seeing things for how they really are. And the Hierophant energy is kind of like a fake energy, right? It's Piscean energy. It's about the patriarchy. It's about form and formality over what's real. So the Hanged Man is being asked for you to see what's real. The Hanged Man, I often associate it with the movie The Matrix, where you need to see the way things really are instead of just staying in the Hierophant, which is the conventional wisdom. So I know that sounds really weird and not... Sorry, my cats are fighting. I know that sounds a little weird, Capricorn, and I know it's not a very specific message, but yeah, with the Hierophant and the Hanged Man and the Lovers, they're big energy, they're broader messages. So sorry that there's not so much detail as there would be in minor cards. So that's what the message is for you this month, Capricorn. So take it as it resonates. The sixth and final card you have for the month of September is the Five of Wands. This is the outcome, overall energy for the reading. Five of Wands is about conflict. It could be conflict with other people, conflict, internal strife within yourself. It's just wands, though. These people aren't fighting with swords. So it's an energetic struggle. So it could be bad blood or weird energy that you have with other people or with inside yourself. It could be internal turmoil. Not really outwardly fighting, though, because like I said, it's just energetic for the most part. But yeah, I mean, this kind of supports what I've been saying in this reading, that you're a little unsure of how to proceed forward in a situation, a little unsure of what you want with that Lovers reverse. So the Five of Wands is just kind of reiterating that. It's like, yeah, you kind of are ending the month with, I'm still in this struggle. I'm still in this a little bit of conflict internally of what it is that I'm supposed to do and what it is that I truly want. So yeah, your advice card, I feel, with your advice card being the Hanged Man for this month, Capricorn, I feel like it's really important because it's asking you to pause and to see things from a different perspective. So with this Five of Wands being the outcome card, I think it's telling you to maybe not make any final or big decisions for the month of September. Would be a good takeaway from this reading. Because you're ending it in the Five of Wands, it's showing that there's still a little bit of not being really 100% sure about a situation, about a romantic situation, about some kind of job or career thing. With the Hierophant reverse, if it is related to spirituality or some kind of tradition or family dynamic, it could be something like that. So you're being asked to pause and maybe not make a decision in the month of September because there's still a little bit of internal conflict going on and it's not quite at the point of clarity, is the message. Okay, Capricorn, I pulled an additional card to kind of top off the reading. This is from my deck. That's just the Majors and the 4 Aces. You got the Ace of Swords. A couple of other signs got this as well for this card. I can't remember which ones right now. I think one of them was Virgo and maybe Cancer. I can't remember, but I know it was Virgo for sure, actually. I think it was Cancer. Anyways, just in case you have Virgo or Cancer in your chart, you might want to look at those readings as well, because I got this card. Ace of Swords is all about speaking your truth. And you're being asked to speak your truth and say what's true for you. So, with this Hierophant reverse situation, if you feel like you're tied down to a tradition or a worldview or a way of doing things, it might not be authentically who you are. So you're being asked with this Ace of Swords to say what you need to say of what's true in your heart and what you want. The Ace of Swords, though, also cautions about the delivery of how we speak our truth, because the Ace of Swords suggests that speaking our truth is important, but it's only as good as it is received. So if the intention is for it to land and for people to really understand where you're coming from, it's all about how you speak your truth. So with swords, with words being the modern day swords, how we use our words, are you communicating it with the intention of, getting back at someone or inflicting harm, or is it with the intention of being understood? So the advice here with the Ace of Swords is to deliver your swords or your words with the intention of wanting to be understood and get your point across so that there's clarity and understanding. If you're in an energy of wanting to be right or, get back at someone, the intention of you speaking those words is not going to be effective, basically is what the Ace of Swords energy is suggesting. So yeah, Capricorn, say what you need to say. If there's something you need to say to someone, that's the advice here, is to speak your truth. Maybe there is this 5 of Wands energy of being in conflict because you haven't said something that you need to say, and this might be the catalyst for shifting out of that energy. And that might be why you got this card. So that's what I have for you, Capricorn. I hope this was helpful. If this reading resonated for you, please let me know in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed watching this video, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks, Capricorn. I'll see you next time, okay? Bye.